Oh well, day one of Dave being in to align the Nakamura, and it is a 2 day job. Just kind of gives you an idea of kind of how much there was to do. So it's in bits at the minute. I'll show you in a minute actually. But basically, Dave's been in since about 9ish, and yeah, it's just a bit of a mess, I think. So the there was a taper, 0.1 mil taper, only 0.1. That's not too bad. But the y-axis was out 0.8 mil, which is big, and that's just the turret. So he's basically done with the turret now. And next he's going to check the main spindle and sub spindle. So yeah, it's going to be, by the sounds of it, about £3,400 to have this work done. And at a time when we frankly don't have the money. I mean, the only saving grace we've got is it's on a credit with them, but I've still got to find it. So we explored a lot of ideas about how we can try and push on sales. In fact, I had a realisation. I was talking to my wife, and the realisation was that basically October last year was like this as well, which actually then suggests that actually October is not a busy period, and it's November that is normally then gets busier. I don't know if it was last year or the year before that we had like a fairly major price increase. It must have been the year before, but anyway, we had a fairly major price increase, and we did drive up the sales in October because artificially as a result of that. That kind of happened towards the end of the month, and that was only because people wanted to get orders in before the price increase kicked in, and so we had a lot of. I remember having like 3 or 4 weeks of work to do. Sort of late October and early November to kind of catch up with all the orders, because we did something like 40 something K during that period. But yeah, so anyway, Amex is due today. I've had to transfer in 5,000. Oh yeah, so Max just come up and just told me about weird tanks and bits running. Sorry, where was I? So yeah, Amex. I've had to. So we've had a couple of payments for bits and pieces. I paid what I could. Then I've transferred £5,000 of my own money in, and there's still 1,100 to pay. I've got until midnight. So I'm hoping that someone will pay us. But if that doesn't happen, sorry, excuse me, while I just put my shoes on. If that doesn't happen, then I guess I'll have to just pay it, because I don't want to get fined, and I don't want to lose my decent line of credit, because it is bloody useful. I tell you, it's we order our LEDs and or electronic components via Amex, and it really does help. It really makes a lot of difference, and it just gives us a little bit of leeway. Doesn't help in some ways that I guess maybe sometimes it's excusable for spending money when maybe you shouldn't. But yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it, really? But I mean, the guys have just been doing stock, so you should find that Matthew's got these lovely little boxes here, and you can see all our LEDs. If I go like that, there's loads and loads and loads of LEDs, because the guys have been making stock. So that's kind of what they've been doing today. We had some orders that they finished by the afternoon, no problem at all. Since we changed our powder coat, actually, we've eliminated all our powder coat defects, which has been pretty awesome. And we're considering changing our NATO Green and 8040 for the same, but the problem is we've got to spend, I think, £600 for 40 kilos or something like that, because it's a custom powder. Everyone keeps forgetting to turn this little drawer off. Look, you can see down here all our tool holders out of the Nakamura, because he has to take them all out to do the alignment, and there she is, bare as anything. There's literally there's nothing there, and he's got to take the chucks off. Then once he takes the chucks off, he clamps in this test bar. Now I thought it was just a bar, but it's not. It's got this flange that you can see actually bolts on and everything. So you can see it's actually quite an involved job. Well, you can kind of see what's going on down here as well. It's like empty all behind me, ready, waiting for the new floor to come. Yeah, I've ordered floor and stuff. I know, shouldn't, right? But I kind of wanted this area like ready. I thought the orders would start to pick up, and I wanted this area ready, and I ordered that a little while ago. And then it's just an absolute tip right down this end. We've got Liam's bar rack, which is decent. It's on wheels, so at least you can wheel it out of the way. And there's still a work in progress on the vibratory tumbler. You can see it's ready to be cut out and stuff, but none of that's progressed today because Mark was dealing with that and he's off sick. And so nothing much has really been done over this end at all. Liam was tidying and I think he was doing coursework or something, I'm not really sure. It's kind of one of those situations where you're like, what do you get people to do unless they're like really handy with stuff? Like Mark is really good at doing, you know, all of the electronics bits with panels and so on and so forth. But, you know, Liam's a bit like, I don't really know what to do at the moment kind of thing. Like he kind of, I think he felt like he did what he could. There's a bit he could have done. Yeah, could have tidied up down there and stuff. But hey ho, here's what it is. I think tomorrow will be a little bit of a better day. But, you know, we're not going to have the lathe run in tomorrow. We've still got... You know, he's still got all his work to do on that, and then once that's done and aligned, then it should be good. Really got to make sure we don't crush it again, because you know that kind of money is just crazy, it really is. Yeah, and you know, so I was running some test ads and stuff. They've not really worked. I've had a couple of account applies, but not much of anything. So I learnt a lot from that bit of experiment. I'm going to try some different things, but you know, we got something like I think it was about 6,000 impressions overall, and then 245 clicks. And only 2 account applies, and it's like, okay, so something with the information that you're sending in the advert and the website, the page you land on doesn't quite match up, I would imagine, for people not to want to do the account apply. I don't know. So I need to get that resolved, and I'm going to try a different experiment tomorrow. I've spent hours coding that today. Only because, you know, I suppose I should, you know, in some ways should go, oh, I should be ringing customers, but I thought that this might be a really good option to then, this next option I'm going to do to kind of like leave and let run and then see whether or not it drives any extra sales for now, so we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It really is tough. It's super, super tough actually. You know, last night I felt like I was going to cry about it. You know, and you get all these negative ideas in your head that you're like, well, you know, what we're going to do, what we're going to, you know, what's going to happen, kind of thing. But you know, like, I think about this, and it's been up and down so many times. This isn't new. This isn't like a situation we haven't been in. I've been in this situation far too many times. And I've probably said it before that it should be the wake-up call every time. And then I think the problem is you get busy with like the day-to-day, and then when, you know, the sales are all right, you don't worry about it. And then as soon as the sales dip, you start to worry, and you think, oh, it'll be all right, it'll pick up, it's fine, it'll pick up. And then, you know, we're like, what is near enough 3 months in to, you know, what is a really, really terrible sales period. And you know, it really, really can't carry on like this. I've got to, actually, one of the things I've got to make sure I do tomorrow is write to the HMRC or email them or call them or whatever to tell them about the PAYE taxes and why I can't pay that at the moment. It's just like, you know, it's ongoing. You know, I think we were lucky to kind of get the rent and stuff out of the way recently. So that's all fun. I'm just hoping that the orders are going to pick up from somewhere. You know, I say, as I've said many times, it could literally, our entire fortunes can change in one order. It really can. And you know what I really want is, it'd be nice to have everyone in, and we get this done, because tomorrow we've got a good opportunity. If we can't run the lathe, which we can't, we've got nothing to build because we've built everything. There's one new order that came in today, but we can't do it because we've got a machine. And what can you do? can't run the machine. So best bet would be like, you know, sort out the vibratory tumbler and stuff down there, get all the tables and whatever sorted through here, you know, anything that we need to paint, because Max has painted the wall just behind the rack here and also around there, you know, sort the powder coating booth, sort all of those bits, and then, you know, Friday, cool, lathe can run, everything can run, we can start testing the flow down here, and it'll just make it completely different. That's my hope, but probably won't happen. Probably will, that point will probably drag on for a while. Who knows what's going to happen there.